CraftyRia. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be using the Spellbinders new release of the Spellbinders Scalloped frames. This is in their Halloween collection, but today we're going to use it on Christmas cards. You know I like to recycle Christmas cards, so I thought these um, dies and embossing folders would be awesome to use on a Christmas card. So it makes these two shapes of frames, and then we have the 3D embossing folder to emboss the outside of the frame. So let's get started. I'm going to do one with the oval and one with the rectangle. My images are going to be on the small piece here, and then I'll have the frame around it with a background color. So I went ahead and chose some Christmas cards that have some images that would be good for this. You'll want to pick a Christmas card with kind of a small image. And I thought this one here would look pretty good in the oval frame if I just cut out the candles like that. And then I also thought, since these look like picture frames hanging on your wall, I thought this here would look great cut out because it'll look like a photograph or a painting on your wall. So that is pretty cool. I think I'm going to do these two cards, but I have a couple other examples of cards so you can get some ideas and recycle Christmas cards that you may have at home. This one here has all these houses. So for example, you could use one of these and you could probably get more than one card out of a card like this. And then also when you have other pieces, like for example, if I was recycling this card, I would use the top part, but probably not these. But this poinsettia would make a really great image to use as well. So those are just some examples that you can use when you are finding cards to recycle. So I have this one and this one. This is just the card front, but I'm going to use the Happy Holiday sentiment as the inside of the card, as my inside greeting. And this one here has an inside greeting that I'm going to cut out and use. So let's go ahead and cut these apart. I'm just going to cut the front of this card off. I'm just going to cut it closer to the picture so I have an easier time running it through my die cutter. And then I'm going to cut out the sentiment from the inside. I found a bunch of these cards at the Goodwill. They were already signed, like the person was going to send them out, but then they never did get sent. And there was just a whole stack of them. So I thought this would be one great way to use it. So that card is cut apart and ready to go. This one I have to be a little more careful. I want to use this decorative element here. So I'm going to cut that piece off. And I'm going to cut out the word Happy Holidays, and I'll leave the rest of it intact. So that'll be on the inside of the card, and it's okay that it has a little bit of swirl and stuff around it. That is fine. And I'll set those aside. I have a couple of card bases. For this one here, I have a white card base. I will set those aside. I also have picked out a frame color. I think this green would go really well. I'll use it to cut out the frame and to mat the sentiment. And then for this one, I have this kind of a beige color card. I have a piece that I cut a little bit smaller. I cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. My card bases are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have some gold cardstock to use. I want to mat this on gold and use that gold for my frame. I thought this would make a nice um, fake ribbon on the bottom of the card. I like that. And I also did grab a bunch of embellishments that I think I will use on these cards. I picked out some ribbons and some snowflakes and that sort of thing to use as embellishments. I was having a hard time deciding what color to use as a card base for this, and I found this ribbon, and I think that would look super pretty. And also, I'm going to have this underneath it because I think that looks really pretty. That's why I went ahead and cut out a piece of white cardstock because I want to wrap the ribbon around it to give a nice, steady base, sturdy base. So I'm going to cut this a little bit bigger than my cardstock. So this is a wired ribbon, and I am going to go ahead and pull out the wires if I can. And then the second piece. I like to take the wire out because the ribbon lays flat without the wire in it. So I'm going to start by putting this piece down. I think that will be good right there. As the card comes together, you'll see what I mean. Then I'm going to take my tape runner and run it down each edge. This is the Scotch Advanced Tape Glider, and it has the heavy-duty Scotch adhesive in there, so it should hold this really well. And then I'm just going to line this up on each side. I'm going to bring it over a little bit more. I made this a little more narrow than the ribbon, so it would be easier. Okay. And as you can see, the ribbon overhangs the edge a little bit, and that is perfectly fine. I'm going to trim some of this excess. And I'm just going to angle these edges in so they lay flatter. There. And then the reason I back it on this is just so I have a way to hide those raw edges. And it gives it a little extra stability. So there, that's the going to be the front of my card or my card base. I'm just going to glue it down to the actual card base. There we go. So we have that. Now let's go ahead and die cut out the elements for this card. I'll do both cards at the same time. So for this one here, I want to use the oval, and I will line up my oval where I want it to be to capture the image the way I want it. Actually, I'll come back and die cut the other one after. Let me do this one first, just to make sure it stays lined up. Let me get my tape. There. Okay. So I have that piece cut out. Do the rectangle for this card. We have that piece cut out. Now we'll do the frames. So I'm going to do the scalloped frame here in green to go with the green one, and then in gold, the oval gold for the red one. So I have those two. I could cut those out at the same time. The gold paper is pretty thick. I wanted to run it through twice. There we go. There was a piece of fur on it, and it Made a little mark, but that will not show up later. It's okay. So then I have those. So I could put the dies away and get out the embossing folder. All right, so here is the 3D embossing folder, and I am going to use a little bit of tape on the back of that and just line it up and turn it over here and carefully line it up. And then I'm going to do the same with the gold. Actually, I'm going to make this piece of tape. Actually, I'm going to go this way. There we go. I don't want the tape to be in the way of the other one. You can do these one at a time if you want. Just double checking to make sure they're both aligned. And I will put it on my mat with my plate. Follow the directions of your die cutting machine to see what kind of sandwich you need. Okay, here we are with this. Let's take these out. There, so we have the two exterior frames. And this will go on this one. This will go on that one. Very cool. You can ink them or anything if you want to make the raised portion stand out. This one looks really good on the gold. It stands out quite well. I like that a lot. I'm going to use a couple of glue dots on the back of this. To adhere it down to the back of the frame. There we go. That is there. And then this will go on here. I'll put a couple glue dots here. You can also raise this up on some pop dots if you wish. These glue dots are super sticky. And then I do want to put an embellishment here. I was thinking one of these gold snowflakes will look really pretty. This is already raised up on some adhesive. So we'll put that there. And then I want to put Happy Holidays on the inside. I think I will back that on some gold cardstock. I think it's too big to fit over that. It is. There we go. I'm just eyeballing the size of the mat for this. You can also use these dies to cut out and frame sentiments for the inside of your card or for the front of your card. That will also work. There we go. So we have that card done, a recycled Christmas card. And let's recycle this other one here. I'm going to use a white card base. And we have that. And I'm going to use this ribbon here to put across the front. I'm just going to cut it a little bit larger than what I need. Put some adhesive down. And if there's any excess adhesive, it comes right off. Then I'm just going to trim it flush with the edge of the card. If your ribbon tends to fray, you'll want to wrap it around something or put a little bit of fabric tack on the edges. And we'll put that there. And for this card, I found these really pretty Christmas trees that I think match quite well. They're from the paper source. And I'm going to take one. They're pretty sticky on the back. And I'm going to put it over this ribbon. I always like to put an embellishment over top of my ribbon. It's just kind of the way I like to do it. And we will match the sentiment. Okay. And I will mat it with matching green paper from the front. So you could call that done for both cards, but I like to do a party on the inside of my cards, and I do have some scraps left over. Now you could use this picture and make another card if you wish. There's room there. You could do another one of the frames. But I am going to put it on the inside right there. On my Monday night live shows, we call that a party on the inside. So I have that. I don't think my viewers will let me get away without doing a party on the inside. So here are my scraps from the other card. I think I will do this. Let me trim this down a little bit. And just give this a little bit of a design on the inside of this card. There we go. All right. And we could go one step further. I have some diamond stickles, and I think it would be really pretty to illuminate the candle flames. And then I will add a little bit of stickles to the snow over here as well. All right. So there you have it. We have two completely different cards made with the die set that's meant for Halloween cards. But as you can see, it can be used for any kind of a card. And this is the Spellbinders Scalloped Frames. And I will link that in the description box below. Please use my link because it shows them that I sent you. I would greatly appreciate that. And leave me a comment below. Let me know what your ideas about these frames are. If what would you use them for? Photographs in a scrapbook or a card or whatever. Let me know what kind of ideas you have. Would be great for small stickers or rub-ons as well. I invite you to join my crafting community on Facebook, Create with CraftyRia, and that link is also in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please do click the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. It's free, and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video or when I go live. I go live Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, generally. If you have FOMO and you would like early access to videos such as this, please consider becoming a channel member. That link is also underneath the video down there somewhere. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.